you wonderful people. It's Monday morning again. For some of you, you'll be heading into your first week of summer holidays. We are in our second week already. It seems to be flying by. Um, I just wanted to come and introduce a bit more of what we're talking about on the mentoring side. So it's going to be called Neurospicy Family Support. It's not advocacy, so it's not about us coming to meetings, it's not about us telling you what to do or telling you what the law is or anything like that, or making people do what they need to do. The whole idea is going to be a listening ear, to be able to help you unpick some of the behaviours or some of the things that are going on, and help you see possibly beyond that, because quite often what we are dealing with is only what we see on the surface, and in order to support the child or the family properly, we need to see what's going on underneath and what is the root cause to the actions that are being displayed. And that's not always an easy job either, especially not when you've got a very internalised individual. And also I talk about the planets having to be aligned, and it's extremely rare that our planets are aligned. So it's that constant having to be in a state of regulation, and supporting regulation as a parent, because that can be really, really difficult, because we don't get much downtime as parents ourselves. And basically, it's hard to stay regulated, and anything can affect us, whether it be illness, whether it be hormones. Like for a woman, that time of the month, and men tend to have a hormone cycle as well, where they have dips and highs and lows and stuff throughout the month, and that affects our regulation. With our children and young people, especially if they're going through puberty and they have a lot of changes in hormones, that affects regulation. Being hungry affects regulation. Being tired affects regulation. Something not feeling quite right affects regulation. Our mood affects regulation. You know, how our body's feeling, so being poorly affects regulation. There's quite a lot of things, and it's really, really hard to get all of them planets aligned in order for us to be at our peak, you know, to be fully regulated, to be fully ready for whatever we need. And as parents, because we have to support our children to be in that situation, to be that regulated, then it's even more difficult for us, because we don't have downtime. We don't have that time to just, you know, reset and relax. It doesn't happen. So trying to stay in that state is also what leads to burnout. And these are the kinds of things that we were, you know, discussing, having sessions to discuss with somebody, you know, trying to unpick what might be going on, trying to figure out the root cause of things, so then we can start dealing with things at the cause, rather than, pardon me, sorry, constantly firefighting the symptoms, if you know what I mean. Because once we deal with the cause, and the symptoms will reduce themselves. And that's what our mentoring service is going to be about. I do have many phone calls where people just sit and like want to, just need to get things off the chest, just want to talk to somebody who gets it, who understands it. They don't have to explain in extreme detail, because we get it and we understand. Whereas if you're talking to somebody who doesn't quite live our lives, then it can be quite tricky for them to understand, and then you find yourself having to detail more and more. So that is what our mentoring system going forward is going to be looking like. If people are interested, you can email and we can start pre-booking sessions going from September onwards. We might offer block sessions. We'll have a think about how it's going to be, or it might just be a case of you book a session if you feel like you need it. It's also about what works best for everybody. So if you do have a preference and you would like to be able to book block sessions, or just book on it as a need to go, okay, need, you know, a need to basis, then that's absolutely fine. We just want to put some positive back in to supporting you all and stuff, and it can be quite a drain, and we want to be the light at the end of the tunnel if we can be, as much as possible. Also, you have got 4 more weeks to book packages, and after that, we won't be offering package deals anymore. And it's the same on the summer discounts. There's 4 weeks left until they're given. This will be last year to do that. We'll be doing summer discounts. I did summer discounts, so then those that struggled throughout the year at normal prices had a chance at accessing support. However, trying to be as supportive to everybody as possible seems to be seen as a negative, and a lot of it's being said that I must be rubbish because I'm so cheap, when actually the reason why I decided to try and stay as low as possible was to help as many people as possible. But I've learnt my lesson, and we'll move on from there. So, like I said, the last summer deals for the last 4 weeks and packages for the last 4 weeks, and then going forward from September, we will be offering our case management, where you can book, like, if you want help with emails, if you want help with drafting complaints or letters, that'll be charged on an hourly basis. And then we'll have our single services like draft check, working document, appeal writing. And the support calls obviously will still be there as well. Um, I think that's about it. I think we're scaling back to that. I'm doing the mentoring service now, and everything else won't be available. We'll be relaunching the website on the 1st of September as well, in line with the changes that we are making. So basically, from the 1st of September, you can access the mentoring service, or you can access the single services and, oh, what did I say? Case management on an hourly charge if that's something you need. Also, from September, we'll be doing Q&As in the group once a month. And we won't be doing any webinars because I have bite-sized videos of different parts of the process that we will be sharing throughout the months as well, which gives you a more of a broken down, easier format. Webinars are great, but it's a lot of information shared within a short period of time, whereas the videos are broken down into different parts, like what ordinary available provision is, what woolly words are, etc. And they range from 15 minutes to 2 or 3 minutes, and it's just a more accessible way of breaking down information, and it means that people can pause, they can go back, but also it means that you're not having to constantly remember a lot of information or quickly scribble down notes or become overwhelmed by it, because you should be able to pinpoint within the videos which videos have been shared, which ones you need, which ones are the what parts you need to focus on, and that should make it easier for everybody, because quite a lot of our parents are neurodivergent or neurospicy, just like our young people are, and it's quite hard for us to process information, and we need that executive functioning time, we need that processing time. So I thought these videos would be far better than continuing to do full-on lengthy webinars.